is the fabric we're going to be working with today, and the first thing I'm doing is measuring out the width of the fabric in order to understand better how I'll be able to cut it. After measuring it out, I'm just going to go ahead to fold the fabric in a way that would make it easier for me to cut the 3 layers. And then I'm going to go ahead to show you guys how I calculate the measurement for the width of the 3 layers. I also want to mention that this is a 3/4 length gown, and I'll put down the measurement for the length that I took, and the length you can totally manipulate it, even the width, to however you like it. Onto calculating the width of each layer, I'm going to take the waist measurement, which is 25 inches in this case, and I'm going to multiply it by 3, which is 75 inches. So the width of the top layer would be 75 inches. So you use your waist to get the width of the top layer by multiplying it by 3. Now for the middle layer, I'm just going to go ahead and add 35 inches to the 75 inches that we got from the top layer, and that would be 110 inches. So we'll be taking 110 inches for the middle layer. The 35 inches that we added to the 75 totally varies. You could add or reduce to it depending on how full you want your gathers to be. And lastly, for the bottom layer, whatever you add to the middle layer, and in our case is 35 inches, you're going to multiply by 2. 35 multiplied by 2 is 70. So now you're going to be adding 70 to the 110 that you got from the middle layer. So we'll be taking, which is 180, and we'll be taking 180 as the width for the bottom layer. I hope you're able to understand this explanation, and if you have any questions, please do well to leave them in the comment section, and I'll make sure to answer them and explain in details. Now I'm just going to go ahead to cut this on fabric, and I'm starting from the bottom layer. The bottom layer is usually the shortest, so I am taking 7 inches here, and the previously calculated width that we got 180 inches. And for the middle layer, I'm taking 8.5 inches. It is slightly higher than the bottom layer, and the width that we previously calculated is 110 inches. So I'm just going to measure that out and cut it. Finally, the top layer is 15.5 inches high, and I'm taking the 75 inches that we previously calculated as its width. So these are the 3 layers. Now I'm just going to go ahead to gather each one of them and then attach them to each other, and I'll be starting with the bottom layer. So how I'm going to be gathering this is I'm going to sew a straight line throughout the width of it, and then I'm just going to drag out the thread and use it to gather the fabric. If you have a gathering foot, it will make the job way easier. You could always use that, but I don't have that. That is why I'm using this method. If you're enjoying the video so far, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, turn on your post notifications so you get notified each time I post, and leave a comment down below. Let's continue with the tutorial now. So this drag method is kind of easy and tricky at the same time. You just have to make sure that you don't end up cutting the thread in the middle of doing this, because it has to be a continuous thing. So after gathering the bottom layer, I'm just going to go ahead to adjust the gathers to fit the middle layer. So I'm just going to use my hand to drag out the gathers because this is not wide enough for the middle layer. So I'll just drag out the gathers so it could be the same width. So now I'm just going to do the same thing that I did to the bottom layer to the middle layer. I'll just go ahead and gather it and then adjust it to the width of the top layer and join it to the top layer. Alright guys, so after gathering the top, this is what I have now. Then I'm just going to go ahead to adjust the gathers to fit wherever I want to fix this. In this case, I'm fixing this onto, I want this to be a gown, so I'm just going to fix this to the half length of the gown, the upper half length. So after that, I'm just going to be doing all the finishing touches. Right here I am folding in the bottom seam, and then after that you can go ahead to interlock the areas that we have sewn to prevent the fabric from fraying, and just do all your finishing touches, add your zip and all of that. So yes, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for sticking around till this point. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you and bye.